Good morning. I'm out on my walk this is on Monday morning that I'm recording this. And because today is Valentine's Day, I'm going to sort of focus on love this week. Yesterday we talked about what it means to love your enemies and do good to those who persecute you. In John 13, 34 and 35, Jesus says, "I'm giving you a new commandment, to love one another. Love one another as I have loved you. And it's by doing this that the world will understand that you are following the God of love." Loving each other is easy to say. It's sometimes challenging to do because, well, I'm not always the easiest person to love. I think I'm pretty good, but you just need to talk to Gail and you realize that there's some things that I habitually do that are irritating, and that makes it more challenging to love. But what Jesus says in John about this new commandment that we should love one another, it has a lot to do with actually appreciating who the other person is. Like anybody else around the world, we get along best with those who are very much like us. And it's very easy to love those people who are very similar to ourselves. The more challenging thing is to come alongside with someone who is very, very different. Their background is different, perhaps their culture is different, perhaps their language is different. It's really challenging to come alongside of those who are different from you and demonstrate love. There's a part of me that just wants to just walk away and let that be somebody else's job. But the reality is that God gives us the command to love one another, not just loving those who are like us, or like we talked about yesterday, loving those who are our neighbors and not our enemies, but loving everyone. And that's a challenge that I know that God wants us to fulfill each and every day. One of the things that I realize as I get older is that I want to know more about people's story and their life. One of the pleasures I have had in learning Spanish is being able to actually communicate at least at a limited basis, with those people who come from different countries and whose experience has been very much different than my own, and to hear how they have come to the place where they're at today and how God has led them each step of the way. We need to hear those stories that we might be encouraged and realize that there is more that makes us like each other than that makes us different from each other. Anyway, all that to say is, would you be encouraged today to love those who are unlike you? Not necessarily your enemy, just people that maybe you don't understand their language, you don't understand their culture. Make it a point to ask God to help you demonstrate love towards people who are different than ourselves. God bless you, church. Praying for you on my walk.